Hello YouTube, welcome back to, there's a run in progress. Oh, I accidentally started one when we finished the last one and it was a terrible looking one, so hell no to that. We'll just do a new Eden run. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. We've been playing too much Gungeon. Well, we look cooler. It's not a fantastic start, regardless. Oh, our damage is good actually, never mind. It's just our HP that's kind of bad. E1P6, 7WRY, 7RY. Oh, our tear rate's good too. Oh, I just noticed it's 420. Why didn't I play Isaac a few days ago and it could have been 420 damage on 420 and then we all would have got very high or something. I'm not sure how it works. Oh. I mean, I guess I can do this for one and then get rid of it. Wow, that was not worth it at all, was it? Good, 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 good. And wouldn't echo because we're not the keeper is fairly irrelevant. The sun card could be used to get ourselves a better boss kill. If it's Ragman, I might just use it on him. We need a bomb for the tinted rock in here as well. They say to spend it doing something that makes you feel good so you watch the anime. Fair enough. I watch disaster porn. Hello Crispy. Also that's not true at all. I did, however, because I couldn't find the stuff I needed to try to make cupcakes on my day off. I spent the morning after getting in from shopping on my day off cleaning my kitchen, because that's something fun to do on your day off. And then I was like, well, screw that noise, I've done my work for the day by cleaning my kitchen, long overdue. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the rest of the day painting miniatures and watching movies. So that's generally what I have to talk about. I watched the entirety of the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy for the second time. I watched 2 animated Batman movies I hadn't seen before, and I also got around, because the Blu-ray I pre-ordered ages ago came out on Easter Monday, I got around to finally seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So those are your various things I have to talk about. I don't have anything gaming related to talk about because I didn't play any games on my day off. Nor is there any particular gaming gaming news. Oh, you're not dead. There we are. What is that? Oh. So basically, yeah, it's a lot of nerd stuff. I could talk about the miniatures I painted, I suppose. For the actual nerds in the audience, I did record a new 40k battle report today. So the editing will begin tomorrow. We might, die on this run, incidentally. Thanks to that pride fight. Although we can come back with Guppy's collar and we'll come back with red HP, I think. And then after that I stripped the table and set up a new one using a new mat I got. And I think it looks pretty good and very, very different to the ones I've done so far. I meant to take a picture of it to show it off, but I forgot. Yeah, we'll hopefully help. Oh, I was still stuck in the animation. But that did help. That sun card did a hell of a lot more damage than I thought it was gonna. Hello, Kurt. Oh, Kurt, one of the things I want to talk about that I watched is something you told me to watch, because I watched a couple more DC animated movies. Ooh, we're going to be able to live. We didn't get a single bomb on the entire floor, though. Yeah, we can't. We just have to ignore it. Okay, well. Nuts to that. I didn't want those tinted rocks. The 2 Batman animated movies I watched that I hadn't seen before was Assault on Arkham and Batman vs. Robin. And I think you specifically mentioned the Assault on Arkham one. And it was good. They were both good, but the Arkham one was very good. It's definitely, well, I think it was made in 2013. It was definitely made around the Arkham game's popularity though, like when it was at its peak, because every room of the asylum looks like Arkham Asylum the game. Like some of the character designs are right out of the game as well, like Poison Ivy looks identical, Bane looks identical. So you could tell they were definitely taking a lot of homage from the Arkham Asylum game, which I liked. And Kevin Conroy's voicing Batman.
I've come up with a new recipe.
They didn't get Mark Hamill to do Joker, they got Troy Baker to do it, but Troy Baker does a good Joker. Well, a good Mark Hamill Joker. So that was fine. Thank you for the raid, Police Kick. And they got, what's her name to voice Harley? Tara Strong, is that who does it in the Arkham games? Although, no, it changed after Asylum, didn't it? Even though they sound very close to each other. And thank you, Rydog, for the bits. And the animation was good, and the fighting was okay as well. The general story is a Suicide Squad gets formed to go to Arkham Asylum to kill the Riddler. And in the meantime, Batman is trying to find out where Joker hid a nuclear bomb in Gotham. But it's not like the Suicide Squad from the recent movies. Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Killer Frost, Black Spider, who I'd never heard of, some Russian guy who was just there to die, and Discount Killer Croc, who was actually a shark, and voiced by Joe DiMaggio for sure. I recognise his voice anywhere. Or John DiMaggio? I keep on forgetting if it's Joe or John. CGU King Shark is great. He's throwaway Killer Croc. He's not Killer Croc, so they could, spoilers, kill him. Joe DiMaggio is the baseball player. I mean John DiMaggio. The voice of Bender. He has a few distinct voices, and the one he uses for King Shark is his Marcus Phoenix voice. More or less. Kind of mixed with his Fry's father voice. Yeah, we'll take Demon's Tail, why not? So yeah, so Assault on Arkham, very good. I didn't expect it to be about the Joker at first, because I thought it was more about Suicide Squad, etc. So they kind of throw you for a loop there, but Troy Baker does a good Joker. Also, he was surprisingly vicious when fighting with Deadshot, which I thought was neat. Because he's jealous of Harley kind of pretending to like him. I can't remember if I missed any Tenet drugs, that's why I'm going back. It's probably the secret room right there. Well, we can definitely do something with you. And you. Ooh, got a lot of money there. Okay, well, we'll just take this to live. I don't want red candle. Ugh. Alright. One good thing, one bad thing, I'll take that. Why would you kill the Riddler? He's mostly harmless. Well, it is spoilers, but the reason Amanda Waller wants to kill the Riddler is because the Riddler worked out how to disable the explosives that she puts in Suicide Squad members' necks. But she doesn't tell them that's why she wants him dead. She lies to them, but then they find out the real reason. Then they side with him, and then Batman's just trying to stop them taking over the asylum. But then eventually they work out where the Joker hid his nuke, and then it becomes about stopping him exploding it. So we're not going to take Guppy's paw, but we are picking it up because we're 2 out of 3 towards becoming Guppy, and I honestly don't remember the last time that happened. And that sounds like sarcasm because it's Isaac, and usually it's very common, but not anymore. It's not nearly as common to become Guppy as it once was. So yeah, that gets my thumbs up. Batman v Robin is essentially the Court of Owls, but it's like it takes up about 60% from the book, and then kind of makes it less about the Court of Owls and more about Batman and Robin not having a good relationship. So like a lot of stuff is in there. The Talon Assassin, although it's not William Cobb for some reason. The resurrected Talon Assassins are there, but they're more like zombies, and there's only like one main Talon rather than a bunch of them. You've not seen or heard of it? Well, if you can't be asked reading the Court of Owls book, the book is better because it's more about the court rather than Batman and Robin. Like, Damian is in the Court of Owls comic, but he's just kind of there. He's not like part of it until Night of the Owls, when he's trying to save one of the people the assassins are after. It was good. The fighting was good. If you, I mean, I'm sure all the fights in it are on YouTube. If you can find it, find Batman in the Owl Museum being attacked by the Talon assassins. It's an excellent fight. He gets his ass handed to him, but it's also an excellent fight. Is there a Killer Croc mobile in the... Okay, you used your phone for a lot of that, right? Because if you didn't, I'm worried you're having a stroke. That is Tech 1. We don't touch Tech 1. Okay, you're asking if there's a miniature of Killer Croc in the Batman miniature game. Yes, there is. I do want it, but I'm trying to spend less on miniatures right now because I spent way too much recently. I will get it at some point because I kind of like Killer Croc. Well, I like the miniature. He looks like how he does in Arkham Asylum 1 or Arkham 1. So yeah, that was good. I liked the stuff that was more just taken from the book, like Batman getting stuck in the Owl's maze. Although it doesn't... Even though like they have swearing, they have violence, they have folk getting like shot in the head and crap like that, they did, because of Batman getting driven mad by the court wasn't kind of like the main focus. They didn't have him being tormented for days and weeks. And then the stuff in the maze culminates with him getting stabbed in the back by the Talon. Very, very sickly. And like all that wasn't in there. Because it's more about the Talon assassin trying to turn Damian. That's why the miniature of Damian comes with a variant where he has a Court of Owl mask on. Although the miniature itself can only be used in Brave and the Bold and League of Assassin crews. Can't actually be used by Court of Owls. Actually, no, maybe it can if it doesn't have a version thing. I don't remember now. You're feeling rough? You haven't been, like, drinking because of your job, right? Well, you know, your restaurant closing. Because the answer to a new job is not at the bottom of a bottle. Unless you want to work in a bottle making factory, obviously, but I don't think you do. Hello, Roro. One penny, please. No drink, just feeling heavy. Fair enough. So anyway, that was the two animated movies. I recommend giving them both a watch. You can get them cheap. The Blu-rays were like £7 each, I want to say. And I noticed, because like Amazon says, oh, people who bought this also bought this, there was a box collection, much like the Batman one I got once, of Superman animated movies for £5. So I was like, sure, why not? I haven't watched any yet. This is kind of like a preamble to something I'll talk about either in Gungeon or this next time we're playing this. Two of the movies in it are Batman crossovers anyway. I don't remember the names of them all, so I'm going to have to turn and look at the box, which is behind me somewhere. Superman Unbound, which is him versus Brainiac. Doomsday, which is obviously Death of Superman. Superman versus the Elite, don't know what that is. And then two Superman Batman crossovers, Apocalypse and Public Enemy. I know the setup to the Public Enemy one is when Lex Luthor is president and wants to like control the Justice League, and Superman and Batman are the only ones who say Lex Luthor's evil, don't do it. So maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. It was £4 for 5 animated movies, so who cares, essentially. I don't mind. I feel like just watching them I'll get my money's worth. And I'm pretty sure Kevin Conroy is Batman in at least one of them, so I'm fine with that. But don't count those as endorsements, because I haven't watched them yet. The two Batman ones, yes, I endorsed them, they were good. Assault on Arkham more so than the other one. Also, if you watch Assault on Arkham, you get to learn what Harley Quinn's orgasm word is. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. All of them are good and or okay. I'll settle for that. No, it's not Jiminy. They plan on playing the new Hitman maps. I didn't know that there was new Hitman maps coming out. When are they out? I think I have like the special edition of it, so I might, yeah, I should have them. Absolutely, yeah. I really, really like Hitman. Oh, the door was open. Backed up too far. Well, hopefully I won't need to go back, because that room is almost guaranteed damage. 2 spirit hearts, please. That's not spirit hearts at all. Oh, I was... Well, we might need it. Hello, Kitty. You have a fever? I hope you've taken some medicine. Ow. I think we only have like 2 health left and an empty heart container. Oh, that helps. That was the demon tail kicking in. And of course we need to go back through this room. Oh, that helps though. So Chad, do you want me to talk about Spider-Verse first or the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy? Oh, wow, this is a weird room. I don't think I've seen this room before. It's Hagalaz again. Are they all the lovers? They're all the lovers, so you can keep on playing this guy over and over. Unfortunately, we only have 1 red heart, so I can only do this over and over. Okay. Oh, there's another one. We got him to pay out, but it didn't pay out very well. Whoop. Oh wait, that's health up. You haven't seen Spider-Verse yet? It's new and only just out on Blu-ray. I won't do spoilers. I'll just say that the animation style, while very, very strange and weird to look at, I liked a lot, and I liked the movie a lot. It also has literally nothing to do with the Spider-Verse story arc in the comics. Which, if you aren't aware, is about a cabal of immortal vampires who jump between universes to hunt the spider person of that universe for sport because they're bored. But yeah, highly recommend seeing Spider-Verse, it's very good. Oh, I wish I'd seen that first. Thank you. Or not, because we got F all. That's right, I censored myself. I do that sometimes. I was trying to spare myself damage, but the stupid body decided to stand there rather than locking on. Okay, so we have Bookworm. Spirit Heart? No. Tiff. Very unlucky. Hello, Vice President. You missed me saying earlier, and I know you might be interested, so I'm just going to repeat it briefly. Recorded another 40k battle report today, so there will be one coming. On my day off, I painted a couple more Scarecrow's Militia, so I've just got hit like the Scarecrow model himself from that bat box to do, and like the big hired goon, and then I'll be ready to use in a report. Well, anyway, since we're not going in depth about Spider-Verse because it's still new, I rewatched the Chris Nolan Batman trilogy, and I am going to talk about spoilers regarding these if anyone cares. and it's only the second time I've seen any of them. I only ever watched each one once, and I saw them out of order. Because I saw the Joker one first, and that's the second movie, and then I saw the Bane one second, and that's the third movie. And then long after the fact, I watched Batman Begins. And the reason I didn't bother watching it at the time is because I couldn't be asked with yet another Batman origin movie. We need one of those. Oh, never mind, apparently I picked up health at one point and I didn't realise. And watching them almost back to back, it's good that they all fit into like a cohesive story. There's definitely some very notable oversights or just weirdness. Like the two most common ones are Harvey Dent doesn't recognise the Joker dressed up as a nurse until he pulls back his mask. And it's a problem with the editing of the scene, but it does make it look like he's just, okay, that's a nurse wearing face paint and mascara. And then only when he sees the Joker's mouth does he like get angry and shocked and start thrashing. That's the weird part. Also, there's a little bit of like time discrepancy because it's implied that Christian Bale has been Batman for 8 years between the second and third movie, and he went into retirement because of a leg injury, and yet it seems like Joker's the one who gave him the leg injury. And also the Harvey Dent act has only just happened, and yet apparently like he's had lots of battles as Batman because his body is broken and scar-ridden in the third one. So it's something doesn't quite make sense with the flow of time between the second and third one. The time between the first and second is like it's a few days essentially, so that fits. Yes, there is the Bane voice. I hated the Bane voice when I first watched the film. It ruined it for me because I couldn't take it seriously. On rewatch, I still hated it, but I told myself as I watched it, ignore his stupid voice, just imagine him saying these lines without the stupid voice, and see how much you like the movie. And if you ignore that, it would have been really, really good. Because the Bane voice is just so bad. There's still 2 lines in the movie I haven't got a clue what he said. I still don't. I remember not understanding what he was saying the first time. I was paying attention this time. I still couldn't understand what he was saying. I have no idea. And that is not an exaggeration. There's 2 bits where he's kind of mumble talking. He's just monologuing, and he's saying something about being into the light or something. I don't know. Eh. Are you talking about Adam, Court? Is that his name? The golden guy? But Tom Hardy's fine. His portrayal of like the Bane character is fine. It's purely just that god-awful voice. Yeah, Adam Warlock, that's the one. Yeah, that wasn't a subtle reference to him at all. I don't know if it's going to be like, this could be accidental endgame spoilers because I'm basing this off knowledge of a comic from the 70s. So please keep that in mind. It is a comic from the 70s. So if I spoil something, it's an accident. But in the 70s, the Infinity Gauntlet comic, Adam Warlock is the one who rallies everybody to defeat Thanos when he has the glove. And he eventually takes the glove for himself and becomes the new god. However, he is such an unknown character, it is exceptionally unlikely to me that they'll do anything like that. It doesn't have anything to do with the Thanos copter, no. Thanos has a helicopter. It's fine. Anyway, to go back to the Chris Nolan movies, because I want to talk about them. Because... well, hang on. We've done a negative, being stupid ass voice. Positives. Joker is fantastic. I thought I would like his performance less on reviewing, but I liked it more. It's just so good. I love his monologues. I love the like weird droning sound effect that just gets louder and louder in the background as he monologues just to make it more unsettling. It's a very nice touch. I like the little mannerisms he does. I don't know whether or not that was just his doing or the direction. All I needed was a couple of coins. Damn it. That first monologue in particular, you know, the famous "Why So Serious" one, it gave me chills just because of how fantastic it is. Is Endgame out? I thought it came out at Easter. And Easter is come and gone. Just to briefly go back to what chat's talking about. It's out this week? Alright, okay. Let's see. I hate when I get a name confused in my head because I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who played Joker, and I know it's not this, but I keep on going to Hayden Christensen, which is the guy who played Anakin in the prequels. What was his name again? It's going to drive me nuts. Heath Ledger, thank you. How is that similar to Hayden? I don't know. I guess they're both H names. But he was just absolutely fantastic. And it's a great shame that we didn't get to see him act in anything else. Oh, we got the money we needed. There's a lock-up penny there as well, and I can't grab it because it's floating in... Oh, never mind. The big negatives about the Chris Nolan trilogy as a whole: Christian Bale is an exceptionally bad Batman. I also didn't realise, like, all three movies have great action scenes. Action set pieces, stuff exploding, car chases, blah 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 blah. All of them have exceptionally bad Batman doing hand-to-hand combat... Whoops. Batman doing hand-to-hand combat scenes. I also didn't realise that the age rating of them was pretty low, like... The Dark Knight is a 12. It keeps on teleporting the heart I'm trying to get to. Jesus Christ. Fuck's sake. There we are. It kept on teleporting it left and right. It was like someone kicking the ball away from you at the last second. Oh yeah, his Batman voice that's been mocked by everything since that happened is just the worst. Whether he couldn't do the acting, I don't know, or like the fight choreography, but everything involving Batman is uninteresting. I also didn't realise just how little Batman there is in the third one. It's really about Catwoman Gordon and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who for some reason is called Robin rather than Dick Grayson, but whatever. Really, there's like 5 minutes of Batman in his suit in the third one. And again, that's kind of like the point, but yeah, Christian Bale is just a terrible Batman. He's also exceptionally short, which doesn't help because Batman, like Bruce Wayne, is supposed to be a very imposing, tall person. I know that's not his fault, but they could have done a Hobbit thing with him to make him look taller. No, I wouldn't even agree that he's not bad, just boring. I would say he is bad. It also doesn't help that he has a very, very recognisable chin. So it makes it all the stupider that no one just kind of looks at him talking as Batman with that weird kind of, like, side talking he does and being like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. Bale is 6 foot? Why is everybody he talks to in all those movies taller than him then? I refuse to believe he's really 6 foot. I think his agent is pretending. Kind of like a Todd Howard situation. Everyone is wearing high heels. Fair. Like, I know a lot of people think Ben Affleck was a bad Batman. He is much better than Christian Bale. Ignore, like, the crap DC cinematic universe stuff around him. His portrayal of Bruce Wayne and as Batman is much better. Even though he does murder people. Okay, that's pretty handy. Can we get it again? Nope. But we can keep trying. Well, we did get it again. You think the 3 Nolan movies are horribly overrated? If they're held in like super high esteem, I would agree with you. I think The Dark Knight is fantastic as a standalone. You don't need to see 1 and 3. It's just, it's all because of Heath Ledger's Joker, honestly. It's also a little bit, well, the first movie also suffers from nobody being able to pronounce Ra's al Ghul again. Same problem in Arrow and everything. It's probably, because they do it in so many things, it must just be a case of they're worried people will think, I don't know, the name Ra's is too foreign sounding. Because Ra's is supposed to be, what, he's Egyptian, right? Like ancient Egyptian. And yet they get a lanky Irish guy to play him. So it's a little bit of a, oh, why didn't you just like find someone more fitting for the part? Hell, even the guy they got in Gotham to play Ra's al Ghul was more of a fit. No, they don't call him Ra's, they call him Raz, which is even worse, honestly. Yes, Raz. I don't mind the guy they have playing Scarecrow. And it's a bit weird that like he's the, other than Commissioner Gordon, he's kind of like the recurring character in all 3. Well, other than Michael Caine as Alfred, I guess. Because he's in all 3. He's kind of like the main villain before you know it's Ra's in the first one. He's getting caught after escaping at the start of the second one, and then he just kind of gets a cameo towards the end of the third one. And it's the same guy every time. I didn't like that he was randomly running around on a horse at the end of the first one as well. For some reason I thought that was from a comic, and then as it was getting to that scene I was like, is this the one where when the fear gas is coating the slums, he's just on a horse all of a sudden, just so they could give it like fire breath and demon eyes? Because that's stupid. And yeah, well, it was that one. Whoops. Spend a key to get a key. So I could have done without that, but they were doing it for the visual. I'm starting to get very picky about my Batman suits as well, and I like the way the suit looks in the third one, but the other 2, not so much. Which is handy, because in this starter set that's coming out for the Dark Knight board, well, Dark Knight Rises starter set for the Batman miniature game, it's the suit he has in the third one that's on the miniatures. Back nipples or GTFO? How dare you? Look, just because you want to lick George Clooney's bat nipples doesn't mean the rest of the class has to. Last upgrade? No? Okay. No donation machine though. I'd get the battery, but we all know I don't use the shears unless it's the boss, so that would just be a waste. What extinguished that fire over there? Oh, I pointed at it briefly. So we'll just work on survivability. Oops. Okay, just leave it at that. We've had our item room, we just need the boss. We're surprisingly slow this run, despite us being pretty powerful. Survivability's been in question a couple of times, but that's about it. Yes, the finger points, I know. Though, again, also, we'll talk about something other than Batman, I promise. But I did finish painting the Batman Who Laughs miniature yesterday as well. I posted a picture on Twitter. The lighting was a bit bad and I noticed a few mistakes I touched up afterwards, but the picture is there. And because he doesn't like Batman and he doesn't like Joker, he can't be used in either of their crews. So when he does make it onto the field, it'll be as a free agent for like Bane or something. There's no need to do an Anti-Birth versus Afterbirth Plus comparison because Anti-Birth will soon be part of this anyway. Just wait until Repentance comes out. Anti-Birth is better than Afterbirth Plus because it was made with love. But soon it won't matter because they'll all be connected. Well, I say soon. Who is the Batman Who Laughs? It is a Batman who was driven to kill the Joker, and in killing the Joker inhaled his various gases and then became whatever affliction you count the Joker as having, he got it. And then he murdered all his friends and enemies, took over, and then joined a group of evil bat persons to try and take over like the main DC universe. Failed. And actually towards the end of the year, in September I think, or maybe it's no set date, but towards the end of the year there's a new standalone about the Man Who Laughs, or the Batman Who Laughs rather, because he technically survives Batman Metal, which is the storyline of all the evil bat persons getting together. Like the Batman who has a Green Lantern ring, the Batman who has the Doomsday virus, the Batman who absorbed the Flash's powers, the Batgirl who took Aquaman's powers, all that stuff. I always forget the one who took Cyborg's powers, because who cares? He also has a stupid name. Because he's last seen at the end of, well, spoilers I guess. No, I didn't want that. There goes my Emperor card. At the end of Batman Metal, he's last seen being punched to death by the Joker, but presumably he survived, and then this story is going to be about him doing some horrible things. I am saying Murder Machine is stupid, yes. That's his name. And he has an army of AI Alfreds that he uses to kill people. And yes, it is stupid. So anyway, chat, for the rest of the run, what should we talk about? Because I know that some people really, really despise me talking about Batman non-stop. So, what shall I talk about instead? That is a mimic. I wouldn't read specifically Batman Metal if you're more interested in one particular Batman. Read whatever the setup one is called. Hang on. It's called... Dark Knight Metal, Dark Knight Rises. That's the collection of like the origin stories for all the evil Bat people. That's honestly much more interesting than Batman Metal itself, which is like the Justice League versus the evil Bat people. It's just so convoluted and confusing and very uninteresting. It's only really worth reading for seeing Batman and Joker team up to take on the Batman Who Laughs. Is there a Horizon game coming in 2020? If it's a if it's a full-on follow-up sequel, yeah, I'll play it. Repentance is just an expansion. It won't be standalone, no. They don't do things that way. It is free though, I think. Or will be free, rather, because Anti-Birth was free. Boom. Yeah, Dark Knight Metal is like the main story of Justice League versus Evil Bat People. Batman Metal Resistance is like the story of like Nightwing, Damian, and a few other like sidekicks doing like side story stuff. Like they team up with Harley Quinn and Killer Croc to take on Batman villains who have been like had their power level increased by the Batman Who Laughs. You also get to see a lot more of what the Batman Who Laughs did to his son. And then The Dark Knight Rises is the one where it's like the story of how all the evil Bat people turned evil. That's the best one. The other two, meh. I'd honestly rate them like the origin story one, the Resistance one, and then the actual story itself is the least worth reading out the lot. Got a succubus and an incubus. Which one is which? I don't know. $2021. Okay, well, again, I'll play it. Yeah. I never played the Horizon Zero Dawn expansion, so I don't know what it was like. Oh, that's a strange item to get from that. Oh no, I'm wearing my dress. I don't really have an interest in the new Super Meat Boy game because I still haven't got around to playing... what the hell is it called? The Super Meat Boy like game that... Oh, it's going to bother me. Hang on, I've got it installed. The End is Nigh. I still haven't got around to playing that. I have it installed, but that might be a summer game as well. Not necessarily going to like do every level of it, but at least play a little bit. Like the spectre of Batman is hanging over our heads. Give me other things to talk about. We're not talking about Magnificent Glinthawks. Also, this run might not have as many minutes left on it as I thought I did, because our survivability again is in question, because I don't really know why. Our damage is great, our fire rate is great, it's just... Is there a Silk Song update? I haven't heard anything from the Team Cherry Twitter, unless something posted since I started streaming. It's a long way away, I think. Relatively. Oh, damn it. Wait, it's a Batman related thing again, but there has been a lot more... Well, apparently there's a new like DC game being announced on Friday. But also, unrelated, apparently, the... Rocksteady has been dropping a lot more hints that they are indeed making a Batman Court of Owls game. And I hope they are. I hope it's really good, and I hope that it's not a prequel. I want them to have the balls to make it a sequel tonight. Because there's a lot they could do with that. Yes, Magnificent Murderous Glinthawks. Over and over. It's a very important quote that you got there accidentally. Damn. No, not on the subject of Batman though. I'm trying to get away from it. People don't like when I talk about nothing but Batman. I'm very happy to hear that the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is not part of the DC Universe continuity, because that means it has a chance. Poke your hand up. Poke your... Thank you. Why not a flying squirrel man? There honestly probably is. Well, no, there's Squirrel Girl. There is one. DC has one. Couldn't tell if that blood was safe to stand on or not. Invested. Oh wait, Squirrel Girl is Marvel. Never mind. Whatever. It's all the same shit. Krampus. Nope, but might as well have been. Boy, I sure wish I had that Emperor card right about now. I have never seen nor have I read anything Game of Thrones related. So, no. Can't join you on that ride. Ooh. Like, I watch enough crap as it is. I mean, compared to like 2 years ago when I watched literally nothing, it's way too much. I watched like 5 movies on my day off. But it was a good distraction. Honestly, I didn't remember about dwindling sub counts until I was just about to stream. And then I went, oh. Then next Monday I'll roll around. I missed the Switch. And I'll forget again for a few days. Well, one day. I should probably go back for that because I only have red health. Why am I going back? I don't need a penny. You have 3 hits, that's all that has. I'm gonna wait until it wears off because we're very close to death. I can't be shooting diagonally. Is it worn off already? Oh no, Incubus is covering us. That's where it is. Or Succubus, whichever. Is it worn off yet? Nope. Oh, come on, it was close enough. Kind of hoping for a red heart there. He evaporated. Hello, Robin the Boy Blunder. That's nothing to do with Batman. His name. It's just a coincidence. Damn it. Oh, well, that helps. Thought he was going to stay frozen. He did not stay frozen. Because considering, rather, our number of shots, I didn't think there was a chance he'd be able to sneak out. Just got very unlucky with the Mom's Contact procs. Finally. Okay, we're back to 3 hits. We did find Isaac, so there is that. Second secret room will be here. Totally here. Well, I'll make my own secret room with blackjack and hookers, etc. Point at him, freeze him, don't let him ever shoot me ever. Good. Well, we made it to the chest regardless of what happens. Well, Shield tiers with a high tier rate is good. And no map again for the second time in a row. Hey, speaking of Super Meat Boy, that is very good. So despite it being a dead end, it kind of worked out. Look at her tiny, tiny mouth. Which for some reason is in line with her eyes. Look at it. Look at it. 6.46 luck. I'm expecting chests. And I better get chests, because if I don't... Or an early blue baby, I'll take that as recompense. I think we have enough health to safely assume that we're gonna win this one. That is my face, yeah, dash, zero dash. Not to be confused with OWO. Which some people have told me is some kind of horny face. Okay, now I've got permanent 2020. Nice. Wow. All of a sudden. Almost like this run is powerful or something. Didn't get guppy in the end, which is annoying. Chest, please. That's a key. Okay, you've got a second chance. Oops. And that's a key. Okay, you got it right eventually. You could have bought this earlier. Well, I don't think we had enough money. I don't think it was just a case that I passed on it. It's telekinesis, which is bad. Getting a lot of repeat rooms. There was a teaser for the next Star Wars movie and I didn't watch it because I don't care. I've never seen The Last Jedi and I have no intention to, so... Unless they do and it was all a dream, I've got no interest in watching the third part. Leprosy. Thank you, Chemically Rad, for 23 months with your Twitch Prime. That is greatly appreciated. I'm almost at a full year. You're getting there. Inhale the urine. I have nothing to fear from your shots because I can just evaporate or eviscerate. Which word did I want there? I guess because you are evaporating them because you're firing tears. But eviscerate is more like you're just destroying them. I think both were apt. Whatever. Anyway, for those watching after the fact on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Ta for now.